Cool. I'm ready, dude.
Hopefully,
We'll get it right this time.
we weren't doing it wrong last time. Just
Good point. Just bad luck.
yeah. Hopefully, it goes better this time. All right. Well, we don't have to do anything, I think, as far as the campaign log goes. I think we've got everything set up in accordance to last time. So we should be good. I think the only thing we need to do is confirm whether or not we want to use the same allies.
Well, definitely Danforth. I do want to use Danforth because I have so many Tiglili.
Yeah, and I guess at that point there isn't really any better allies other than Rald?
Yeah.
And then we'll see if we can get more of the Resolute allies this time around.
Yeah.
We'll see. We shall see. Thank you, sir. Ba-boom. Alright. Take a horror, move to the prison.
Yeah, that's something we didn't do last time that I was just looking at, and I'm like, oh yeah, we should definitely take advantage of that.
Alright, shuffle that up, and I think we're good to go.
Cool. I got 8 resources. Can't forget this time.
No, that's for, that's not for this scenario. It actually specifically says... Somebody caught this when they were watching the stream. It's actually for this scenario, the Heart of Madness.
Oh,
so yeah.
Now we got to remember that.
Yeah, it says. It says it here in the second interlude. So you do the City of the Elder things, and then you do the interlude.
I see.
Yeah, so, in any case.
Well then.
Hold on, let me flip through this.
Give this another shot.
Let me flip through this novel real quick. Of a campaign log. My opening hand is... interesting.
I got a decent opening hand. Definitely like the card draw.
I don't know how I feel about my opening hand. One part of me likes it because it ensures that I'll have money to pay for everything. But I'm also not really killing things with this hand.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to get rid of bandages, winging it. Liquid Courage. Hope for my ally, Joey the Rat. Let's see. Nope. But at least I did get the catalog, so that's good.
Thinking of... I was thinking of mulliganing the safeguard in the Holy Rosary. Or maybe the cash. If I have Renfield and well prepped.
If you have Renfield, you're always in need of funds.
Yeah, I know. That's true.
I think the safeguard probably is a good call. Yeah, also the Rosary.
I feel like I need a weapon more than I need these cards, You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah, and cash, why not? I can help you pay for a weapon if you get one. So the cash is not as important.
Yeah.
That way.
I feel like getting a weapon is more important than those cards.
I do agree.
And of course, I kinda.
Card draw.
Okay. Card draw is fine.
Yeah.
I'll take it. All right.
Cool.
I think
not the greatest of opening hands for you, but
well, I mean, Ever Vigilant is nice in this hand, so...
Yeah, that's always good to start with. Why do you only have 4 resources?
I think I just accidentally clicked that.
Okay, just making sure. Yeah,
well,
I mean, it's okay.
Before we do anything, I'm going to draw 3. Okay, there we go. That's gas.
Nice.
And we have Ever Vigilant, so that's sweet. Okay. Why don't you go first and play Catalog? Because Catalog would help me play things.
Okay. I get a better idea. Why don't I go first and play Catalog? As my free Bob Jenkins action. I will use Catalog to help you. Oh, I can't. I gotta do that on your turn, right? See? You may take an,
yeah, because you're using your action to play.
Yeah. So I'll use my first action to pay for. Which one do you want? The brand or the hammer?
I mean, the hammer would be ideal, and then I could set everything else up, but...
Okay, I'll help pay for the hammer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there goes the Catalog. Action number 2. Oops. I will scrounge for supplies.
So, okay, so you have to use one action of yours to play that, and then use your Bob ability to do this. Okay. And then action 2. Okay, okay, yeah.
All right. And then action 3. I'll pay 2 resources and pay for Catalog.
Nice. Ooh, and scavenging.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks for the help. That is much appreciated. Now everything should die in our wake.
Excellent.
So I'll start my turn. Let's see. I can play that for 1, that for 1, and oh yeah, that's stupid.
Totally. Yeah.
So all right. So we'll Ever Vigilant. This. Brand or mirror?
Go with the mirror.
I'm thinking mirror too, yeah. And let's shuffle these into the deck. That's my money. And... oh, that's... wow, this card is even better than I think it is every time I read it. It's like so ridiculous that this is like the one healing card that heals multiple things.
Yeah.
At once.
And you draw a card.
Yeah, it's like most of the healing cards are like you can heal any one thing, but this is you can heal any things. Plural.
Yep.
Man, so good. Here, why don't I repay the favor? Second action, I'm gonna heal a horror off of you.
Oh, thank you.
And a horror. Should I heal a damage or a horror off one of the allies?
Probably the horror because we're gonna be taking hard to move to the
good point.
location.
Good point. So let's heal that off Danforth then. That'll also give you more cushion.
Yes.
All right, and then third action, I will. That's a 1 shroud. Yeah, why not? I'll investigate, and I will use well prepared for an intellect icon. Okay.
Well, at least now.
Yeah.
Get one out of the way.
That's fine.
Mean, that doesn't mean we won't get 10 more later.
But hopefully it draws them out now.
Right.
Oh, I didn't even see the second one. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Manson. All right. Not that it would have mattered, but okay. Turn, upkeep.
Upkeep. There's the first Tekalili.
Did I?
Okay, so I will use.
I did shuffle. Wow. Okay.
So I lose one. If it's your turn, lose 1 action. Otherwise, lose 1 action during your next turn. So I lose 1 action, but I'm gonna use Danforth to draw a card. So at least it'll make up for it a little bit.
Danforth draws you 2. Yeah.
That's what I meant. Frostbitten.
That is fine.
Not
There's
a big
no
deal.
tokens in the bag, yeah. I do think that maybe there should have been a clause on these cards to discard themselves if there's no frost tokens in the bag.
Yeah.
But maybe, I guess it makes sense because you could add a frost token halfway through a scenario.
Yeah. Honestly, I'd rather they stay there so they don't take up space in case I have to reshuffle my...
Oh, true. Yeah, good point.
Become dead draws again.
All right. We are at Undoom of 15.
Okay.
I think I'm going to hold off on using Renfield at this point until I need him. Just because we might need the extra turn or two.
Yeah. Oh. Lost researcher.
Enters play with a Doom on it. Forest, when it's defeated, move a Doom to its location, or we can parlay with it. If you succeed, take... Okay, I could probably parlay with that. I can have a 6 or a 6 willpower. Oh, and this thing is disgusting. We learned that last time. These things are gross.
So annoying to get this so early. I can evade it this round, but we're gonna have to deal with it at some point.
And move, yeah.
Yeah. Because they're just way too...
Yeah.
Alright, do you want to go first or should I?
You know what one card you never play would be specifically very good against this enemy?
Which one?
Mind Wipe.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that would be huge on this.
I'm sort of considering it, upgrading into it. Oh wait, I can't. I have Guardian cards. But maybe I can take out... No, there isn't a level 0 version. But yeah, case in point. That would be really good against this thing. Because goddamn is this thing annoying.
So annoying.
I've never seen an enemy that adds multiple weaknesses into your deck that you just happen to draw from the encounter deck. It's disgusting. So what are we thinking for this turn?
Well, I did want to start getting clues, but this is going to slow us down here.
Do you want me to go first? I could parlay, engage, evade.
Sure, if you want to try that. And if you can evade, then I'll try and evade it.
Okay. I mean, I'm evading at a 4. So I think I have a better chance of doing it than you do.
Okay.
So I will engage first action. I'll get that off you. Second action, I'm gonna... I know I was just talking about I wasn't gonna use Renfield, but I'm gonna use Renfield. And then I'm gonna well prepared and parlay at a 6. 6 to 3 here.
Nice.
Nice. Okay.
You get a clue.
Oh, that's right. That turns into a clue. And this goes away. Perfect. And then I will evade this thing. 1 to 4. Hopefully it's enough. Oh my god.
Oh god.
That's gross. Of course. Of course those Elder Thing tokens have to rear their ugly head again. Yeah, place a Doom on it. God damn it. Alright.
Oh, damn. That's what got us last time, I think, right?
And it has Retaliate.
No, you try to evade it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Good call. Thank God.
Right? Okay, I might as well try and evade it myself.
Yeah, I'd rather not take 3 damage total and have to shuffle weakness.
Alright, I will engage it.
You're just like passing this stupid enemy back and forth to each other.
Hold on. Before I engage it, I will use my free action thing to pay for precious memento. Then I'll use my first, no. So I want to try and evade twice, just in case. Damn, I really wanted that backpack on the board, but I think it's more important to evade it. So then I'll engage it as my first action. I will commit backpack to the evade test, putting me at a 4. Action 2, evade. Skull. That's good enough. You're evaded.
Ooh.
Okay. And then I have one action left. It's a Shroud Valley here. 1.
I think it's 1, yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna get the cigarette case because I'm gonna need some card draw.
Yeah, just try to get your assets out. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We've been slowed down already. Didn't start as fast as last time, so we got to pick up pace. But that's turn.
Okay, so Upkeep. Let him engage me.
We really got to deal with that thing.
Yeah. I might kill it. All right, Doom and bad stuff. So we're at 4 Doom of 15.
We gotta hurry up.
Ugh.
That's what's missing.
This card's disgusting.
Oh god, I hate that thing. Dude, you gotta get rid of that ASAP.
Of course. Misery does love company, does it not?
That is horrible.
All right. Well, that's worse for you than it is for me. At least I can get rid of it.
Yeah.
I don't have any icons to help you out with this turn, so hopefully you don't draw a weakness.
Yeah.
All right. I do agree that we need to kill this thing. So I can possibly deal 5 to it in 2 swings.
Okay.
The issue obviously is the weaknesses.
Yeah. That just made this guy even tougher.
Mm-hmm. But we gotta kill him, I think. At the end of the day, we just gotta kill him.
Yeah,
so.
Otherwise we're gonna be stuck here the whole game.
So I'm attacking at 5 up, so that should be enough. Oh, god damn it. Okay. Well,
that's an overkill.
I mean, it does kind of help because I do get to bash him for 3 damage. Like being 3 up is actually pretty good.
Shuffle your Tekalili.
Yeah, shuffle Tekalili, whatever you want to call it. Second action, let's punch it again or smack it again. I'll use well prepared this time for an extra 2.
Okay, good. It's gone.
It's gone. God. I take another weakness.
Lily.
And I'm only 1 up on that test. I'm gonna read the signs. So I'm a 6 to 1. Okay, I'll grab 2 glues.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, I just have to deal with that this turn, but is what it is.
All right, my turn. I will reaction pay 1 to bring out Liquid Courage, and then I will first action play Scavenging. Second action, Investigate. So let's go ahead against a 1. 4 to 1.
Ugh.
4.
Glad I killed that enemy.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. And then we try again. Hey. So I get a
plus a bunch.
Plus, which means I can draw a card with Cigarette Case. And it's going to be a Tekalili. It's not. Okay.
You know, it's funny how you were talking about in the episode how Bob doesn't use very many succeed by 2, and here you are with a cigarette case.
I know, right? And then I can also scavenge.
Yes.
So I will take my backpack back. All right.
I was going to say you could take that or the catalog, yeah.
No, the catalog's still in play. I brought it back.
Oh, okay. I missed that.
Supplies.
I thought you played a second one. Okay. Well,
okay, that's my turn.
Nice. All right.
I got the clue for that. Gotta get my clue. Okay.
So let's see. We need 2 clues to be able to activate the Mirage ability, right?
Yeah.
And it's only clear of mirages when all the locations are in play. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right. Or in the victory display.
Yes. Okay. All right. So yeah, that requires a. So wait, what does the Mirage value mean again? That's the number of clues you have to spend?
How many clues you need, yeah, to flip it. So you spend the clues, you flip the card.
You put the location into play, okay. Alright, upkeeps?
Upkeep.
Okay. Ooh, clairvoyance. That's a good draw.
Nice, shrewd dealings, very nice.
I also forgot to use Renfield, so I'm gonna do that. Alright, 4 Doom. Nebulous Miasma. Thankfully we can blank this because of Rald, so. Our boy Rald coming in hot.
Very nice. Obscuring Fog. Okay, not a huge deal.
Yeah. Just makes our location a 3 shroud. It's not a big deal. Okay. And we could ignore it if we really wanted to. So, all right.
Yeah, good point.
So what's our plan here? Do we want to spend some clues and get some locations in play?
Let's do it. We gotta keep moving.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, let's do that. I'll spend 2 of my clues to put one of those locations into play. Where do we want to go?
Well, let's check this again. Maybe the last time we did the Theodosia and the base camp, right? Let's do the Theodosia and the University Hall. So let's go to University Halls first, since we didn't go last time.
Okay. Yeah, I think we had put it in play, but we didn't go to it.
I think we messed up and put it in play by mistake.
Yeah.
I had to take it back down.
Okay. And then that gets flipped back over. This goes into play. Okay.
That's gross. This university. Oh, gross. Okay.
So let's see. 2 shrouds, 6 clues. Mirage 1. Has 3 different locations. When it's flipped over, each investigator discards the top 3 cards of their deck for each clue they spend. Ugh. Each investigator then draws each Tekalili weakness. Okay. Well, at least you don't draw every other weakness as well.
Yeah.
That would be disgusting. All right. So what's our plan? Move?
Yeah, we might as well get one of these things done, right?
Yes, I agree. That one's really gross. Maybe we should do this one first, just to get the weaknesses out of the way. Yeah. But before we do that, we gotta get rid of these blasphemous visions.
Without question.
So I guess question number 1 is, how are we gonna do that for you? So I can go up to a 6, and at least that's a reasonable.
Yeah, I say get rid of yours. I can tank damage right now, so I'm not super duper worried about it.
Okay, here's what I think I'll do. I'm gonna go first, if that's cool.
Go for it.
I'm gonna try to get rid of this. We'll test it at a 6. Of course. Of course. Okay. Not the end of the world. Let's play that second action. Third action, I'm gonna move.
Okay. Blank the location. Blank the miasma.
Well, it goes away at the end of the round. Are you gonna end your turn at our location?
No. Oh no. Okay. No, I misread it. Okay. I'm not gonna end my turn there.
Okay. All right. That's me.
All right. I will move. First action. Second action. I will Bob ability. Spend one from this and one of mine. Bring out the backpack. So, 6.
Track shoes is good.
And that's the only one. All right, so the track shoes in the backpack. And let's see. I have I used my Bob action for that, and then I moved. Okay, I have 2 actions left. Let's investigate against a 2. 4 to 2. That is good enough. And actually, I can cigarette case, so I draw a card.
And
I
you can
draw
scavenge?
my weakness. Yeah, I will scavenge.
That's okay. I can heal the horror off of you next turn.
Yeah, well, I have my memento too. All right, so I take 4 horror.
Yeah, so you can place 2 of it on the memento and place 2 on you, and then I'll heal the 2 off of you.
Okay.
It's a good time to draw it, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, taking 4 horror sucks, but at least we're in a position where we can stave it off.
And then I have one more action, I believe, right?
Let's see. You moved. You played backpack with Bob. And investigated. Yeah, so you have one more action, yeah.
So, got that clue. And then investigate again. -2, 4 to 2. That's good enough. I get another clue. All right. That's my turn.
Okay. So before we end turn, do we want to try to get one of these locations, or do we want to hold off until we get rid of the things? What are we thinking?
Let's get the location out. What the hell?
Okay. I only say that because I can spend a clue now as well. So,
yeah. It's fine. Let's get our location. So spend 1 clue each.
Yeah.
And then we discard top 3 cards. 1, 2.
Oh, enchant weapon.
3. Okay. No Tikalili.
Okay, no Tikalili on my side either. Yeah, shuffle each other weakness. Okay. No enchant weapon though. That kind of sucks, but
yeah,
that's okay. I milled one so I could draw the other one. That's the plan, because you don't want to really draw the second one. Okay, yeah. So we get one of the locations. Do we want to follow Danforth, Kenzler, or Dyer's memories?
Let's go to Danforth. He's been such a good ally to us.
Let's put aside set aside Elder Chamber. Elder Chamber. Here it is. Okay, Elder Chamber.
Oh my god.
1 shroud, 4 clues. After you discover 2 or more clues from the Elder Chamber during a single investigation or card effect. Shuffle
okay, so that's not too bad, because then basically we could just keep getting just 1 clue at a time.
That's a cool effect.
Yeah.
I think that's a good way of punishing players.
Yeah, for having like multiple clue gathering.
Yeah, for doing more things than expected. Yeah. Rather than just punishing you for happening to be playing the game.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. Yep.
Yes, there's Joey.
I drew a Tekalili weakness. All right, so I have to discard 2 assets I control. That's gross. I'll get rid of Renfield. 1. Man, we were just talking about. Do I keep the mirror or discard the mirror?
If you discard the mirror, you lose your soothing melody from your hand.
I do, yeah.
What else are you considering getting rid of?
I guess well prepared, but...
Oh, that's been so handy, though.
Yeah, I know. It's like kind of the position I'm in. It's like, I could use Clairvoyance. I guess Clairvoyance isn't as useful without Renfield, but I can still investigate at a 5.
Yeah. I guess get rid of the mirror.
It's every copyright, so...
Yeah.
Okay. This would be a little more annoying if I had to do this in paper. Funny how some things in this game are more and less annoying depending on what format you're playing it in.
Yeah.
Alright. You want to trigger Danforth for me at least?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Don't draw another Tekalili.
Ooh, I drew a ward. That's actually pretty helpful.
Damn, you had Clairvoyance. You drew Clairvoyance. Oh, but it's expensive.
Yeah.
I've had the resource.
Obscuring Fog.
Not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad because we have Rald, so...
Man,
oh god, you gotta stop drawing all these ones, man. I gotta draw these.
Oh god, with the horror. Okay, I'll test it.
The double whammy, man. Oh, we'll just heal it next turn. It's fine.
-2. Okay, I take 2 horror.
Jesus.
Okay.
I would put 1 on Danforth, I think, at this point.
Yeah, just in case. That's a good point. Okay.
I mean, you've already drawn your weakness, so, like, at least we don't have to worry about that so much.
True.
And if you can get some investigates going, at least the memento will...
Yeah.
Kind of slow the burn down a little bit. Okay. You know what'd be good in your deck is Alter Fate. But I don't think you can...
yeah, that's a good card.
I don't think you can play that, right? Because it's level 1, I think? Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I always... Oh, God, these stupid investigators that are colored purple but really blue and colored red but really, really green.
I know.
Yeah. All right,
The cycle.
Well, I guess I can grab some clues, yeah? And you can probably grab some clues?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Totally do that.
I'll grab the clues from here using Clairvoyance, and you can grab the clues from the chamber just investigating.
Yeah.
Because you kind of want to be taking single tests to try to get these off. All right, so here's what I'll do. I'm going to investigate using Clairvoyance. Well prepared for 5. 5 to 2. And we'll use Rawl to ignore the Obscuring Fog. 5 to 2. All right, 2 clues. Beautiful. I believe I have to lose a resource. Yeah, I have to take a horror. Okay, is there more clues on it? There is, yeah. 2 to 3. Is 2 to 3 enough? I don't think so. Yeah, I can't really test this turn either, so I'd prefer not to do that. I think what I'll do is move. Second action, third action. Guess I'll investigate here. 1 to 2. There we go.
Nice.
Okay, that's my turn.
Okay. First action, I'll move. Second action, I will gain a resource. I gotta get Joey on the board. Third action, Joey comes out. Couldn't investigate this turn, sorry. Yeah, I'll get shrewd dealings out next turn. Joey's more important.
Yeah, I would agree. Joey is definitely more important. All right, so you moved, play Joey, and what else?
Gain a resource.
Oh, okay. All right, upkeep then.
Upkeep it as.
Oh my god. At least that one's not the end of the world for me. So I resolve it twice.
Jesus Christ.
It's fine. Losing resources for me isn't the end of the world now, but it's annoying nonetheless. Can I, can old Danforth?
Yeah, Danforth, yeah.
Thank you.
Dude, it's like last game I drew all just weaknesses after like the third round. That's happening to you.
Yeah, at least, I was gonna say, at least Danforth kind of is slowing that down, and I'm in a position where it's not the end of the world for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas I think if you were drawing them, that would suck.
Yeah.
Like if you were drawing the ones that's like, oh, take a horror. It's like, oh, I don't know if we want to be resolving that one twice.
Here we go. Nightmares, vapors. Jesus Christ.
I think this turn my actions aren't that important.
Okay.
And I could ward it if I really wanted to. No, I can't ward it. I don't have resources.
There's two actions. Empty Unspeakable, draw the top card and resolve its effects. Shuffle it. Okay. All right.
You have to resolve it twice.
Take a horror. Of course, it's the horror. I'll take a horror, and I'll give one to Joey, and I'll resolve it, and I'll shuffle it. Okay. That's it.
Ugh.
Not terrible. Not terrible though.
Annoying, but yeah, not terrible.
It is annoying. I'll go first and investigate.
Okay.
All right, so I will investigate. That's good enough.
That was
action 1.
Action
2.
Yeah, 2 to 1. Okay.
Investigate.
Hey.
That's good enough.
That's a succeed by a bunch.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do my things. So here we go. Oops. So first thing, the memento heals 1.
That's a relief.
Then second thing, I will scavenging and pull the spare parts.
There you go. Yeah, spare parts is great for you.
Third thing, lucky cigarette case and draw a card. And it's take a lily, which I resolved twice. Place one of my clues on the location. There's the 2 clues I got this round.
At least you got something out of the deal. At least you got some spare parts back into your hand, and you healed a horror.
Yeah.
Though it wasn't
spare part.
Wasn't totally for nothing, but goddamn, we got to get rid of these stupid visions.
Yeah, seriously, dude. All right,
I think now would probably be a good time to test yours.
Yeah, now that I have the spare parts to commit to it.
Well, you've got this like engine now where you can try to like spare parts plus investigate.
But I think I'm gonna wait one more round before I try to test it.
I wouldn't be greedy, honestly.
You don't think so?
I think it's worth it at this point because that's all I'm gonna do with my action. I could give you 2 if you really want 2 more icons as well.
Okay, yeah, if you can give me 2, I think that'll help.
I'll give you 2.
All right, I'll take the test.
So you're at a 7. Okay.
+1. Didn't even need the icons, but thank God that's gone. Now
and you get to heal a horror from this.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Oh no, it exhausts. I'm sorry, it exhausts. Yeah.
So now watch. We're gonna pull that same weakness after getting rid of it.
Yeah, but at least you don't have multiples. That's what happened to me last game. Is I had multiples and I had to discard 3 assets. So
that was horrendous.
Yeah. Okay. So So yeah, my action, I'm gonna invest. I'm gonna do this. At a 5. Do I want to go to a 6? No. Perfect. Okay. Cool. All right. Upkeep.
Keeps.
See? That's what I'm saying, man.
Take advantage.
Lose 2 resources. Wow, what convenient timing.
Dude, you've drawn like 4 rounds in a row. You've drawn Tikulili.
Jeez. Yeah. All right. Very glad we did that.
Do you want a Danforth? Or should I? Up to you.
I mean, I don't have any money to play anything, so
I'll Danforth for myself then.
You get two cards for Danforth.
Oh, that's right. I got a hiding spot. Beautiful. Oh, another catalog. Hell yeah. I could pay for catalog with a catalog.
That doesn't even make sense, but we'll let it slide. Oh my god, fuck these things. Okay. At least I drew it.
Right. Again. Alright, I'll draw the top card of Tikulili. Take a horror. Put it on the memento. And I'll shuffle it in my deck. Okay. Annoying.
It's like phoning up Sears to order a catalog with the number of the Sears catalog.
All right, do you want to go first or should I? I guess you got to deal with that thing.
I'm trying to think, like, we're probably gonna stay here, right?
For another round. Yeah, because when we flip this, we'll probably have to fight something. So we do want to get the clues since they're easy to get here.
Okay. So it's probably worth me taking the weaknesses on to kill this thing?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Because this thing is going to just be a pain in our neck if we don't get rid of it.
Alright, so I'll fight it 3 to 7.
It retaliates.
It sure does.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, I'll swing at it again. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Was I 3 up on that? I was 8. It brings me down to a 7. Yeah, it was 4 up. Okay. So I deal 3. Take one of these and shuffle it. Last action, smack it again with this. Okay. This thing dies. God, those enemies fucking suck.
Terrible.
Alright, that's my turn.
Okay. Time to get some clues. Hopefully I don't have to put them back again. But first, let us free action. No, let's spend 1 action to bring out Should Dealings. And then I will free action bring out the keyring.
For free.
Yep, for free. So I have 2 actions left. I will use a key and investigate against a 0. Just lose a thing off of it. I succeed, so I will get rid of a horror from the memento. I will scavenge through the parts. And I will draw a card from this and get a Tikulili.
I would have laughed had you had actually drawn a Tikulili.
I know, right? Okay, so that's 1 clue.
And you're firing on all cylinders this game too, which I think was
it was
not something that was happening last game.
I'm gonna heal some horror, so I'll take a swig off my liquid courage. So I heal 1, and then I have to take a test against a 2.
2 to 2.
Okay. Yep. 2. -2.
That is a. Yep, that's a fail.
So I'm down to
And then you have to place a clue back on the location.
I do?
Yeah.
What the... Come on, dude. Firing on all cylinders, but it's all sputters. All right, so how do I gather them again?
G.
Thank you.
And then you can just flip them and
Flip it and reverse it. There goes the spare parts. All right.
Of course, you couldn't discard the cigarette case. Of course.
What's that? Random, right?
It is, yeah.
So. Okay, I have one action left. Let's investigate. Do I have to exhaust this?
Yes, sadly.
Okay, +1, so I get that clue back again. It's the constant battle of trying to get that clue. All right, that is my turn.
All right. Yeah, I went already. So upkeep.
Upkeeps.
Yeah, no enemies on the board.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Torrent of Power. That might come in handy later on. And we've got a backup weapon. So, yeah. All right. Gross. We're at 7 doom, and we haven't done shit. Take 2 more. Can I afford to take 2 horror? I can afford to do that, I think.
Same thing. I can, so I'll take 1 on the memento. And then I will take 1.
Okay.
All right.
All right. There's 2 clues left on that location. Do you want those? You want to try and grab them so you can...
Yeah, that way we have a bunch so we can push through the second, mirage that we're going to go to.
Okay. Yeah, and then I can try to grab 2 clues from this location when we move up back there.
We won't move back there.
We're going to have to probably at some point.
You think so?
We may, yeah. Because
we'll
there's...
have to reveal this and fight the thing here.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll have to go back here and reveal another one. Oh, I see what you're saying, because this will get us to a different...
Yeah.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So.
Okay.
Well, so I can pretty easily investigate, because we've got Rawl to ignore the obscuring fog, so...
True. All right, let's go to bad stuff, right? Did we already do that? We just did that.
Yeah, we just did that.
So our turns.
Yeah, Lily has been gathering a surprising amount of clues on this game. We have, just enough to investigate?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't...
I'm gonna go first and try to get these 2 clues, yeah? And then we'll flip the thing, because we're gonna have to fight whatever comes out, right?
Yeah.
Right, so first things first... Joey is he's gonna sell my cigarette case for 2 resources. And then my free action, I'll get the catalog. All right. Then I will spend 1 to pay Joey so he can bring the other catalog as a fast action and pay for it with the catalog. But I should be... Oh, so I have...
So it costs 2 with Joey. Oh. Well, it would cost 3 and then -1, which would be 2.
Well, no, I paid 1 to pay Joey.
Yeah.
Because it has to be paid from here.
Mm-hmm.
And then
you have to spend... Yes.
1 from here.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So I should have 1 resource left because this actually only cost me 1 because of shoot dealings.
Yes.
I have 1 resource left. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's my... I've already used my Bob action. I have 3 actions left. Okay, so let's do... Do you want to heal some horror? You probably need it if we're going to fight something this round.
Probably wouldn't be a bad idea, yeah.
All right, go ahead and heal horror and take your willpower test.
Okay. What is it? 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can afford to discard a card. It's not a big deal.
Nice.
But I pass.
You pass.
Okay. So I get to draw, right?
Yeah. Hopefully it's not technically.
Pretty good draw.
Okay, good. Okay, and then action 2, I'll investigate. 4-2-0. 4-2-1, sorry.
That's a pass, thankfully.
Pass. Wow. Barely. And then final action, I will investigate, this time using the keyring, which goes away.
If you succeed, yeah.
If I succeed, yeah. -2, I do succeed by 2, which means I no longer have the cigarette case, but I will heal harder from the memento. And
get to scavenge.
Scavenge for the keyring.
I would get the spare parts, I think.
Spare parts are always handy, yeah. Alright, spare parts it is. Alright.
You never know when you're going to draw another one of those take 2 horror weaknesses or whatever. Yeah.
Right, then I'll use clues to flip this. How many clues? 4?
Yeah. I've got 3 as well if we need them. 2,
3, 4, leaving me with 1.
Okay.
Alright.
So let's flip. These are the sledges missing from Lake's camp. I almost read that as Lake Camp. Professor Dyer remarks, shimmering into view. He doesn't sound particularly surprised. It seems they must have accounted for this possibility. Danforth is already at the first of the sledges, examining its contents. Here's the gasoline stove, the fuel, all of their research instruments. He trails off. God, what is that awful stench? He motions toward the farthest sledge, the tarp strapped around its cargo bulging oddly. Danforth, don't! Dyer cries out, but it's too late. The moment Danforth removes the tarp, he staggers backward, covering his mouth and nose. Frozen and preserved beneath the tarp are the corpses of a young explorer and one of his sled dogs. Gedney? Jeedney? Dyer whispers. I don't know what that name is. Dyer whispers. Put the set-aside cluttered dormitory into play and flip this card back over.
Damn, I thought we were going to get a creature this turn.
Cluttered dormitory. Well, it's not to say we haven't.
Damn.
When Danforth is at this location, he's -2 Shroud. There we go. When you resolve a revelation ability on a Takalili card, while here, shuffle it to the bottom of your deck. Ew. I don't like that at all. Okay. So that's your turn. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take my turn. Since I don't really have much else to do, I'm gonna move here. I'm gonna use Rald to ignore the obscuring fog, and I'm going to investigate with clairvoyance. Use this for +2, so that's gonna be 5 to a 2. Mr. Owl, come on, man!
Oh God,
this is the third one this game.
Oh God.
Ay. All right. Should I move back or should I try it again?
Wait. How'd you get back there?
Oh, I thought these were connected. They are not.
No.
Redo. Sorry about that. I thought those were connected locations.
That's okay. So at least you don't waste action.
Yeah.
So move in here. We're gonna have to get this.
Well, I don't want to move in there when Danforth isn't there, because you're the one that controls Danforth.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
So I'd rather not.
Well, I mean, we got to get in there. So at least move in there and draw cards or gain resources, maybe.
I could move here and investigate here and kind of do the same thing, essentially.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's do that.
So essentially the same turn. I guess I'll retest it.
Okay. Nice.
So I grab 2 clues.
Hopefully I don't get an enemy, so...
I'm kind of thinking, yeah...
Oh, take a horror to move there for free.
But I can't move. I can't move back.
What I'm saying, when you move there, instead of using an action, use this. Take a horror. from the agenda.
Oh, and then spend 2 actions to move back.
Yeah. It's worth the horror. I can heal you.
Okay.
Horror.
Sure, I'll do that then.
Okay, cool.
Alright. That's my turn, so we'll go to turns.
Okay. 2 upkeeps.
That should be gone. Yes.
And we gotta hurry up. Kleptomania. Here we are.
Tekalili. So I'm gonna discard a random card from my hand.
Kleptomania.
Okay, not the end of the world. Do you want to give me a Danforth trigger, or do you want to save your Danforth?
Take a card.
Of course. Okay, I will do it all over again. Really doesn't matter. Like, the cards in my hand are pretty perfunctory at this point. Okay. Doom and bad stuff. We're at 8 Doom of 15. Oh, finally, I drew this for once.
Great. More horror. Hopefully not.
Oh, it's fine. I've got deny existence. I'm not worried about it.
Okay. Oh, God.
I will deny it.
Thank God. All right. I got Madness Within, test 4. Oh, Lord. Okay, I will be committing cards to this, so I will be committing the spare parts. 3.
Okay,
at a 5.
So let's see.
Cigarette case puts me at a 6.
Do you want 3 more icons, or do we want to try to grab clues with clairvoyance?
We'll need clues, yeah.
Do you want an icon? Or are you good? You're good? Okay.
Well, I'm at 6 to a 4, so I'm only 2 up, but you know, I mean, I guess that's good.
I'll give you 1 if you really feel like you need it.
Okay. I mean, 1 will always help. 3 up. -4. Place 1 doom. There's no enemy.
Thankfully.
So that's good. So I take 1 horror.
No, it's you shuffle a Tekalili card, yeah.
1 Tekalili card. Okay, that's
not the end of the world, thankfully.
Yeah. Okay. All right, bad stuff over. Let's get this done.
Let's do this. All right.
I'll go first so Danforth can be there.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Okay, I'll move in. Action 1. Action 2.
Do you want to before you move? Sorry. Actually, there's really nothing that you could take of mine. Yeah. I mean, unless you wanted this hammer to swing at a 5, but yeah.
It's fine. I can tank the horror for 1 round.
Okay.
Then I will action 2. Or free action. I'll play bandages.
You need untimely transactions so that you can give me an item and then take it back with Klepto.
Right. Actually, that's a great idea.
Like,
I'm glad you thought of that.
Hey, Lily, you want these bandages?
No,
yeah,
I got
sure, pal.
Idea. I'm gonna give you some track shoes.
Ooh.
So I will actually.
Wait, can you do that? Oh, you can do that with a Shrewd Dealings. That's right.
Yep. So I will.
That's hilarious.
Pay for track shoes 2. 3.
So yeah. Use Bob. Do that. Play the track shoes, give them to me, and then use Klepto to take them.
Use Klepto to take them back. Bye-bye, Klepto. Oh, Klepto gets put on the bottom of my deck.
Oh, dude, that is genuinely funny, though.
Yeah. All right. Then I move in.
The Lily with track shoes? Man, that's pretty disgusting.
Yeah. You know what? I'll use Joey to play the bandages. I'll pay Joey, because then that way I don't have to waste that other action. Okay, so literally I moved in, I used Bob to play track shoes.
You know, I just realized
I used Klepto to take him back. So I have 1 action left. Let's investigate against the 2.
You know, I just realized I should have a 2nd discipline in my deck now at this point.
Oh.
It's a little too late for that now, but yeah, I have over 15 experience.
Well, if we lose the scenario, we can blame it on that and then redo it again.
Well, I think it's because I have exactly 15 because I took in the thick of it, which added 3. So I think after this scenario, I'll have enough to... Anyway, sorry. Tangent over.
Okay. I will investigate against the 2.
Okay.
-1. That's good enough. Okay. Get 1 clue, and that's my turn.
All right. I'll follow you. I will then use clairvoyance and this. I will test 5 to 2. Hey! Alright.
That's awesome.
Okay. We'll grab 2 of these. I do have to take a horror, though. That's kind of shitey, but... this is no longer useful to me, but we have a bunch of clues.
Let's do it, man. We gotta get moving. I don't know that we'll have time to do another... Well, we might. We might have time to do another one if we...
Well, I'm just thinking if it spawns an enemy, maybe we should wait till next turn.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right. We'll get that last clue if we can. If we can.
Yeah, I'm even on that test, so I don't think it's gonna happen for me, but what I can do, I guess, is draw. Okay. Glad I got that out of the way now. Because that's useless now. Alright, that's my turn, so we'll go to Upkeep.
Yeah, another Joey.
Another Kentekalili card.
It gets shuffled back into your deck, by the way. Because of the location.
Yes. I gotta put this on Rald, I think.
You want me to Danforth?
Yeah, if you don't mind. It gets shuffled back, right? Because of the...
Yeah, it gets shuffled back in your deck.
Okay, so I would resolve this, right? Let's see.
Yep.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out if I shuffle this in first before Danforth triggers. And I think the way it's worded...
When you resolve.
So this is when you resolve, and this is after you resolve.
Yeah.
Okay, so like shuffle and draw. Okay. Enchant weapon, that's a good draw.
Yeah.
Alright, 9 dim. Ugh. Goodbye.
Take a horror.
Yeah.
I'm gonna heal you some horror because you are at the threshold. I'm gonna go first too because...
Okay, draw your encounter card.
Yeah. We need to draw a possessed enemy.
That's fine.
It's not terribly bad. So possessed enemy from the... Does it say discard pile?
It says encounter deck and discard pile. So you can do either or.
Let's do discard pile.
Yeah, just grab the one that we already killed.
Yeah, the Lost Researcher. He gets a Doom.
Yep.
Okay, that's fine. So the parlay's increased by 1. That's not terribly bad.
Yeah.
4 to parlay. Okay.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world.
Yep. Okay, so I'll go first, if that's okay.
Yep.
I will parlay.
Okay.
I'm gonna commit Joey for 1 and this for 2, so that puts me at a 7.
7 to 4. Okay.
2 of 4. Okay.
Good enough.
That's good enough. Get the clue.
I think that's 2 over. So.
Oh, perfect. Well, 2 over for a parlay. I got rid of the cigarette case. Joey sold it.
Well, you do at least heal a horror.
Oh yeah, good point. Thank you. Okay. So that was action 1. Action 2. I'm going to heal you with the Liquid Courage, heal horror.
Okay.
And take your test.
I pass. Okay, so I get to draw.
Right. And action 3. Jesus Christ.
So much for that. Oh, that was funny.
Action 3, heal horror.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll test again. Okay, I pass, so I draw a card, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on, dude.
All right. At least this time I don't take another horror.
Yeah.
Oh my
So you're at
God.
5 horror? Did you heal the horror?
I did, yeah. Yeah, because you brought me down to 5, and then I took another one, went back up to 6. You healed me back down to 5.
Joey's gonna sell the empty bottle of liquor for 2 resources.
What a baller.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's my turn. Damn, dude, I'm trying to heal you some horror here.
I know.
Should we flip it then, since you're so like?
Yeah, we should flip it now.
Okay, fine.
While I'm on the precipice of
1. Hopefully it doesn't have retaliate or something.
Yeah,
1,
hopefully not.
2. I have 3 clues.
I'll spend 1.
Okay.
Okay, if Danforth is alive, so we spawn the memory of an unspeakable evil. Danforth screams and throws his covers aside. Sweat drenches his forehead and drips down his cheeks. Just a dream, he whispers. Just a dream. Just a dream. He collapses from his bed, dabs his head with a handkerchief, and wanders over to the nearby window to peer outside. The shapes he sees on the other side cause him to leap back in fear, crashing to the opposite wall. No! No! Spawn the enemy. Alright, 6 health. Of course it has alert and retaliate. Pray.
It's too hard per hit.
Of course. Shuffle the top 3 cards. Okay.
Wow.
Is that a 4?
Are you gonna be able to deal with this thing?
Let's see here.
That's a combat of 4.
I fight at a... The fact that it shuffles 3 weaknesses is disgusting.
Yeah.
The
2 horrors are freaking nightmare right now.
Well, it's like... If I can...
What's your evade at?
My evade's at a 4.
Can you boost it? No.
No. I can
two.
fight at a bazillion.
Okay.
If I... Yeah, the issue becomes... If I happen to miss, I die. Well,
Yeah.
I don't die because I can use Rald, but Rald will
roll.
die.
Yeah.
I guess it's hope I don't miss.
Oh, God, cross fingers.
Okay, hope I don't miss. So we'll bash it over the head. Let's see, so that's 7, 8, 9. Does this add 4 or 2 in this instance?
It'll add...
Because it says you get X where X is the amount of matching icons, but if I'm adding my willpower, does that also...
Yeah, it does. It 100% does.
Because it's a matching icon for the test?
Yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't matter. I mean, if it does, I'm at a bazillion. I'm at 11 versus, if that's the case, versus a 9.
I'm 99.9% sure that it does do that.
Hopefully it doesn't matter. Okay, I don't think it mattered, but alright. So I dealt 3 to it.
Okay.
Now I could go the safe route and I could take the weaknesses.
Yeah, do it, dude. Go the safe route. Because your luck.
I know, that's kind of how I feel about it too.
Yeah. As brutal as those Lulus are.
Okay, so this thing is defeated. And then when it's defeated, I flip it over. In your campaign log, record... Okay, sorry. It's here! The real Danforth mutters as he sees the miasma dripping from the cracked window. It was always here when I returned to hear that accursed sound. He continues to watch in horror as the miasma retreats, returning his dormitory to its natural state. It takes several minutes for him to stop shaking. In your campaign log, record that Danforth has confronted his demons. Draw a check mark next to his name. From now on, whenever Danforth is included or used in a scenario, use the set-aside Resolute version of him instead. If he's currently in play, switch him with that version now, and then add this card to the victory display, and the investigators may advance or continue playing.
Where's Danford's upgraded self?
He's right here, yeah. I'm assuming it also reloads his charges too when you switch them.
I don't know.
I'm assuming so. Let's see. So his Resolute version.
Wow.
Draws you 3 cards, and you discard each Tekalili weakness drawn by the effect without resolving them. There we go.
Dude.
Fuck off, weaknesses.
Right?
Alright, so we have upgraded Danforth as well. It's a good upgrade. A very solid upgrade. And then... move, let's see. And then flip this card back over. Okay. Alright, so that's a nice upgrade.
But we can't leave.
Yeah, we can't leave this round. Which is fine.
Yeah, we're gonna have to hurry though.
Okay. I mean, we could call it there, but we do have 5 more turns.
Yeah, how are we gonna call it though?
Well, it allows you
This
to
one does?
advance, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
Do you want to?
I think we can
Is
handle it.
5 rounds enough to
I think
move?
if we can move, right? We can move here, do another one of these locations. I've got the clues for it.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, that would be... we'd have 2 actions from this point. I think we could do it.
Okay.
I think we have a shot, at least.
Okay.
As long as I can get some horror healing down.
They want us to cheer, apparently, for Danforth. Yeah, I guess we could give it a shot. We won't die if we don't make it out, right?
I don't know.
I mean, it's called Fatal Mirage.
It is. It's true. I could see us dying here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we could do it one more. I think we're pretty well equipped aside from being in a precarious spot, damage and horror wise.
Yeah. The damage on horror I'm not worried about. Because I have bandages out, and then I'm going to get that liquid courage back out. And hopefully this time you can heal from it.
I do have a bunch of Tekalili cards in my deck. So...
that is...
something to consider.
Garbage. Yeah.
But at least we have upgraded Danforth. So if I do draw them, maybe Danforth... yeah, maybe Danforth can help me get rid of them. In any case, that's turn. So why don't we go to Upkeep?
Okay.
I think we can do at least one more.
Okay.
Ooh, Soapstone. That's sick. Okay, that helps a lot.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's really helpful. All right, 10 Doom. And that is fine with us. That poor
I didn't get a clue from that guy that I parlayed with. I'm adding a clue for that. I got rid of it.
This poor researcher has seen a lot. Okay.
Miasmatic Torment. Exhaust them. Oh.
If you control.
Cannot ready Danforth.
At the end of your turn, the attached asset takes a horror, and then you have to succeed an intellect or a willpower test. Okay.
Okay, that's fine. Take an action and take the test. Okay, I'll deal with that. That's fine.
Yeah, definitely annoying though.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then.
Oh, he had a horror.
So I can parlay this thing at a 5.
Oh, he didn't. That's right. He didn't. You could heal him.
Yeah, I could parlay at a 5. 7 if I
can
really
help
need.
you. No, I can't help you. Never mind.
I think 5 would have to be good enough. Yeah. Would be 4 to 5. I could commit enchant weapon, but would suck to do that. But I think we're in the position now where that doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I think that it's probably a good call committing that.
So, all right. So 5, 6, 7 to 4. Really glad I committed that.
Just needed, yeah.
All right, so this goes away. Okay. Apparently Lily's gonna be the one that grabs all the clues.
Yeah, apparently.
I will move here, right? Because that's connected. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And move. Yeah, move here. We could try in one of these locations, but I think it's probably easier to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Is that your turn?
Does it spawn in an empty location? Oh, it does spawn in an empty location. All right.
So then you moved.
Yeah,
you did the thing.
it'd be move, parlay, do the thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's essentially the same turn.
Yeah. But good to know that it's an empty location.
Yeah.
Was that your turn?
Yes. Yeah, move, parlay, move.
Okay. I will take a horror, putting it on the memento, so I can move for free over here. Then I'll move to where you are.
Well, you can try to track shoes.
I will try to track shoes. This one, so I get a test against a 3. I have a 4 to 3. I'll commit backpack. Bring me to 5 to 3. -2, number needed. So I move for free. Thanks,
Nice.
Nate. You're full of great ideas.
What can I say?
That giving you track shoes and stealing them was like genius.
The things you can do with Bob and kleptomania.
Fantastic. All right, I'm gonna investigate. Its shroud is 2 + 2, so it's got a 4 shroud. That's rough. I don't know that I can do that. Maybe I'll just spend the clues. You want to spend some clues?
Yes.
Okay. How many does it take?
I think it takes 4. I've got plenty of clues.
Okay, so I'll keep my 1 clue. All right, so we flip it.
So hold on. It's each investigator discards the top 3 cards for each clue spin. Okay, so I have to discard 12 cards.
Oh, shit. For each clue. Hold on, before you do that then, I'm going to use my action to try and end the tournament. The torment.
Oh, yes, please. Thank you.
So I'm only 1 up. So first action. -4, not good enough, man.
That's fine. Whatever. I could potentially die here.
Let me try it again.
Okay.
Action 2. 1 up. Action 3.
Well, no, because you had to move. You had to spend an action to move.
No, I haven't spent any actions. I took a horror to move for free. Then I track shoes.
Oh, you took a horror. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, still doesn't help.
Yeah.
All right, so I discard 12.
Damn.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Hold on, I'll spend 1 clue and I'll do 3 of mine.
9.
So after 9, just end it there. Jesus Christ. And I discard 3. 1, 2, 3. What the hell was this? Oh yeah. Take a horror.
Okay, so I have to discard an asset, take a damage, and discard an asset. Jesus fucking Christ. Alright. Yeah, I probably want to keep the hammer at all costs.
Yeah,
at least I can play the soapstone. Alright, so I discard 2, take a damage. And then all of these go away.
At least you survived.
At least I survived. My board, however, did not.
Jesus Christ. All right, but now we have to pick Kenzler or Dyer.
Well, Dyer's already dead.
So we won't have to fight something.
So I kind of like the idea of using Dyer.
Let's do it.
Yeah. All right. Standing stones. So there it is.
Okay, 2-shot. That's good. Not bad.
After you reveal a frost token, beautiful. Perfect. All right.
All right. That is
That is turns.
turns.
And at least we got rid of all those Tekalili cards.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Did you take damage, by the way, this turn?
I did, yeah.
I'll bandage that.
Oh, thank you.
And is that exhaust? No. So how much damage did you take?
Just the one.
Okay.
It was discard 2 assets and take a damage.
Okay, cool.
All right, upkeep. Ooh, promise of power. All right, 11 doom.
11 doom.
Wake me up inside. I can't wake up. Attach to the nearest location that is not cleared of mirages. Place 2 clues on the attached location. Which I believe would be our location.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see. In order to flip the attached location, investigators must spend an additional 2 clues. Okay, or take 2 damage. That's fine. Or each take 2 damage. Yeah, that's no problem at all when you have Rolled on your team.
Mm-hmm.
All right, your draw.
Okay, empty location. Let's put him here.
Yeah, put him in the standing stones. Yeah, I can deal with that.
Yeah.
I can promise him some power.
Cool. Why don't you go first?
Okay. I will move in. I will parlay. Listen, I'm gonna show you some sick ninja moves, alright? I'm way over. Way over good enough.
Are your ninja moves more sick than the black stuff coming out of my eyes?
Yeah, bro. And then last action, do I play Soapstone here, or do I...
I don't think we're gonna have to fight anything, but maybe. I don't know.
I think I'm gonna play the Soapstone just in case there's some bullshit card that makes me discard an asset. Which, you never know, there might be.
That's a good point.
Plus, if I need to, like, use my discipline for some reason, I can fight with a base action and then deal 2 damage with it if I need to. Okay, that's me.
Okay, I'll move in. First action.
Okay.
Second action, investigate. Against a 2.
2 to a 4.
I'll commit Glimmer of Hope, putting me a 5 to a 2.
Okay. Nice.
That's a huge success. Because I investigated, I will scavenge for the swig of the old juice.
You could grab spare parts. Try to get rid of this.
I think at this point we just need to flip this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't care. I mean, are you worried about more Tekalilis?
I guess the only thing I'd be worried about is that treachery that deals 2 horror.
Right. That's why I'm gonna try and get you the liquid courage here.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that's fine.
So I'll spend 1 resource and to pay.
I mean, alternatively, I have the clues that we need.
Okay, good. But let me heal you.
Okay.
And next round we'll flip the stuff. So I spend 1 resource to pay Joey. Bring out the liquid courage.
Forgot to trigger this at the end of the round.
Oh yeah, thanks. I will spend action 2 to heal you 1 horror.
Kind of shitty. That's what I'm saying. Is like maybe this is more worth it for us.
I'll get it next round. Oh, is it this round he dies?
Yeah, he'll die at the end of the round. That's why I'm saying, like, maybe grab the spare parts and try to test this.
Okay.
Or you could grab. Do you have an item with? Yeah, intellect icons. Yeah. Grab your radio. Yeah, because you could grab the radio and then test this at a 7.
Okay.
Yeah, that seems better.
Okay, so rewind.
Yeah, you investigated. This should be
investigated. So I moved, I investigated. And then I will test the radio then.
Yeah, because it's like we went through all the trouble of upgrading Danford. They would suck to lose him at this point, so.
Okay, you're right. So radio, commit to the parlay, bring me a 7 to a 3.
Don't miss.
This is still back here. Boy, here we go. -1. Okay,
beautiful.
Good. It's done. Okay, thank God.
Beautiful. Okay.
But that's all my actions.
Okay, that's fine. Next turn, I can spend the clues. We can do the thing, and we'll be good.
And I investigated. I should have a clue here. All right.
Oh no. Yeah, that is fine. Hopefully, I don't have to use it this turn. 12 Doom. Ugh, disgusting. Yeah, I've got nothing, so.
That's horrible.
Hey, remember all those weaknesses I drew? 3, 4.
Oh my God. Don't draw cards. Oh God.
Or if I do, I want to have you use Danforth on me. All right, so let's see. A 3/3/3 enemy aloof hunter. While it's at a location that it's cleared of mirages, it loses aloof. After you discover or take control of 1 or more clues at its location, it deals. Or no, you place an equal amount of doom on it. Okay.
Whoa. Well, so we aren't going to be getting clues here.
Yeah. I mean, we already have the clues, so it's like irrelevant.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, and it's aloof, so that's good. Okay. Now when we spend clues, do we do anything? No. Okay, cool. Let's flip this, dude.
All right. So I will spend 4 clues. I just want to point out that I've had to add, I think, at least 7 weaknesses. This scenario, yeah, good times. Okay. Claypool stares up at the ruins with a twinkle and wonder in his eyes. Marvelous, isn't it, William? Behind him, Professor Dyer materializes within the mirage. Both of them are at least a decade younger, perhaps. You know, Claypool did not address the professor by his title. Marvelous and mysterious, Dyer replies. Nobody knows the true purpose of this site. Perhaps nobody ever will. But why? But that's why we do this, right? Claypool says with a grin, to learn the truth. Dyer glances back at the youth, lines of worry pulling his eyes. Yes, the truth, he whispers.
Oh, God. We still have another location to go to. Oh my God.
So yeah, we'll follow Dyer's memories. So we put his classroom into play. Where is it? Dyer's classroom. Okay. And then we flip this card back over. So, I mean, like, this is a pretty useless enemy at this point.
Yeah.
Because I think the way that this game is going to end up, we're not going to clear a... I guess we'll clear this location, but at that point, it probably won't matter too much. Okay. Well, we don't have Dyer at the location, so that will kind of suck.
Yeah.
I've only got one clue. You've got one clue. We need 2 more clues.
Yeah. And how are we going to get them?
I could engage and kill this thing.
Okay. That might be the play.
I could kill it, engage it, and then you could grab clues and
clues
we could
here,
move on.
Yeah. Yeah. That's going to be the play.
Okay, so I'll start by doing that. I will action 1 engage. Action 2, we will fight here. And it doesn't really matter how much I succeed by because I can always use the soapstone for the 3rd damage, so.
Sure.
Okay, so that'll put me at a 7 to fight. Is that good enough? There is a curse token in the bag, and
it is good enough.
So
I think, right?
I'll commit that just to be.
Yeah.
Commit that just because there's a curse token in the bag.
Okay.
Okay, plenty good enough. Yeah, plenty good enough. So this thing is. And last action move, I guess?
Yeah. Yeah, get over there.
Okay, that's me.
Okay, I will investigate. So, 4 to a 2. It's a skull, that's good enough. Get a clue.
You succeed by 2 or more.
Is that 2 or more?
You were out of 4, right? 4 to a 2?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was -1, so yeah.
Oh
no, that's a 3. That's a 3. I'm an idiot. Sorry.
Yeah. And then do it again. 4 to a 2. -4.
Yeesh.
Right, I'll play, live, and learn.
Okay.
Take the test again.
6 to 2.
-1. So now I succeed by 2 or more. I will get the liquid courage. And then anything else succeeds? Yeah. Horror heals from here. Let's move. Is that enough clues?
Yeah, we only need 4. I've got 2 already.
And I got 2. Okay. So I move. All right. That's final action. Do I want to use a free action? I do. Bob action. We will bring out the liquid courage.
Beautiful. All right, and hopefully I don't take 3 or 2 horror this turn.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna, before the end of my turn, I will play hiding spot. Just in case. Or do you think I should save it for the icons?
So I drew this in Upkeep. So this won't, yeah, that won't flip back anyway. Okay.
Do you think I should save the evade icons in case we need to evade something?
Yeah, probably. Just to be safe.
All right. Then upkeeps.
Because I feel like anything that we can hit, I can just kill.
Okay.
Yeah, because like if it has more than 4 health, I guess, is an issue. But I think we'll be okay. Hopefully. Oh no. I'm okay with losing an action.
Okay, Danforth time.
Thank you, Danforth. Danforth.
Look at that. Well, you got some icons now.
Not only do I have icons, but I have some more horror soak, importantly.
Nice. All right.
Doom and bad stuff. Yeah, we're on pretty much the last couple turns of the game. That is fine. We have yet to clear this.
Polar Mirage.
That is fine as well. We have Rald, so it's really not that big a deal.
Okay. But it'd be this location anyways. That's the most clues.
Yep. Okay. That's fine with us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. I will play your. I'll pay Joey 1 resource, and then I will play your Holy Rosary. Wait.
Okay, so hold on. When you play it. So it says when you play an item asset, you play it under the control of any investigator.
Oh yeah, what am I doing here? Unlock secrets.
Okay, so you can use your Bob action.
Yeah, so I'll go first then. Bob action. So I don't need to pay Joey. And I'll play that.
Okay.
Then I will.
Do you play it? Let's see. Take an investigation. I'm assuming it sounds like you play the item under my control. Okay, so yeah, it only costs 1, so I can just pay for it. It's not a big deal.
Okay, so then I'll put this back. Then we're gonna flip this, right?
Yeah, it's it with at least 1 clue. Yeah.
This one. Oh, nearest location.
Yeah, with a clue. With
most clues. Sorry. Okay. We're gonna flip it, right?
Yes.
Okay. I have 3 actions. You have 2 actions. Dyer's not alive. Dyer shakes the man's hand vigorously, a smile beaming across his face. "You have no idea how much this means to me," he exclaims. "This will be a journey of profound importance for all of us." You recognize the man he speaks to. It's the late Professor Lake, one of many who ventured with Dyer to Antarctica and never returned. "Yes, William," Lake replies, his eyes dribbling over with terrible black ichor. "This expedition will change everything." He is not alive, so we move each investigator and enemy to Prison of Memories, discard each card attached to this location, and we can advance, and we get the victory display.
Okay, I think at this point we probably advance.
I think we should go for 1 more.
I don't think we have the time.
Just kidding. It's not possible. There's no way we're gonna knock another one out.
Yeah. If it didn't take 2 locations to get a single one, then yes.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm catastrophic. I'm joking. I'm not gonna keep going.
I mean, we did 2. I feel like 2 is probably the average that they expect you to get.
It is. Yeah.
I would imagine getting 3 is really good.
Yeah.
Because even just the experience on the board, right? Like that's 3 XP, which not feels bad. About right for a scenario like this.
Yeah, that's repeatable. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we advance. Understanding sets in. Dream though it may be, this place is like a nexus of minds, a place within the miasma where thought is material, where madness is embodied. As you ponder the deeper truths that might have taken shape in this maze of horrors, a door appears just in the periphery of your sight. The same door you once used to trap yourself in this hellish place. Perhaps there are more mysteries to discover here, but for now you've seen enough. You open the door, R1. Now you tumble through the doorway onto your sleeping mat, flailing within your tangle of warm blankets. No door shuts behind you. Did you only imagine all of that? Or was it all real? Is there a difference? In the Fatal Mirage section of the campaign log, under Memories Banished, record each story card in the victory display. Each investigator earns experience equal to victory X of each card recorded this way. And then you don't earn experience for cards already recorded. And then in the Fatal Mirage section of the campaign log, under Memories Discovered, record each non-Otherworld location in play. Oh my goodness. I feel like at this point you just take a screenshot of it.
Yeah, like where are we gonna log all this?
Yeah, I'm just gonna take a screenshot of it. I feel like that's probably what most people do when they play this in paper, is just take a picture of it on their phone. Or they write them all down on a scrap paper or something, but yeah. I think in digital we just control paste here. Yeah, let's do that. That way it's easier to remember what's going on. Alright, so we'll drop that. Okay, so I got the locations. Alright. What else? It says cross off each location recorded under memories discovered, for which the corresponding story card is also recorded under memories banished. Okay, if there are any other non-story asset cards in the victory display, victory X, each investigator also gains that amount of experience. Do the normal thing with the expedition team, and then proceed to the next scenario in the campaign. So we proceed to the Heart of Madness.
Oh yeah, and there's 2 parts apparently.
Is there? It makes sense.
According to this campaign log.
According to the campaign log, that would make a lot of sense, yeah. Okay. Then we shall continue next time. Yeah, he has 1 and 1 on him. Yeah. Yeah, Danforth should have 1 and 1, and Rald has 1 and 1 on him now, too.
Yep. It's in the log.
Alright, yeah. And then we earn, what, 3 experience?
Alright.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Can't complain with that. And I don't think there's any interludes, because we did all that. So, in this scenario is where we get our extra cards and resources.
In the heart of darkness. Cool.
No, in the heart of madness. Love the art. It's very MC Escher-esque. But yeah, until next week, yeah? You around?
That's right. Dude, so yesterday my wife and I went to the ballet. I've never been to a ballet before. And we watched Dracula the Ballet.
Dracula the Ballet?
Dracula, yeah, it was awesome, dude. It was so cool.
Oh, it's one or the other. Okay. So yeah, Danforth has 1 horror on him, not 1 and 1. Okay, minor thing, but worth noting.
No,
Worth
he
noting.
had 1 horror in the log from before.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that.
Well, we healed a horror off of him, and then he accidentally took an extra damage when he shouldn't have. So he should just have 1 horror on him.
Oh, that's good.
And then,
that's actually good.
All right, and then let's see. If half the Tekulili deck.
Yeah, Metastrophic. It was awesome. There were like flying ghost women like flying across the stage and explosions, believe it or not, in a ballet. Or 1 explosion. But it was so good. It was super cool.
Just gonna take these out of our decks. Okay.
Yes, take them all out. Permanently.
I wish. I know. Okay.
Oh, dude, that would be awesome.
Alright, so I have 5 and you have 3.
If Iron Maiden did the Dracula ballet music,
just
I don't know what the dancers would be doing.
Headbanging, I guess.
Yeah.
Pirouettes with headbangs. I mean, that sounds like a metal band name, right? Alright, so I got that saved, so we should be good for next time. I don't know what I'm gonna upgrade out of my deck, though.
I know, right?
I feel like the deck's in a pretty good spot, honestly. Not really sure.
I'm probably gonna get another Sour Mash.
Yeah, we've kind of been toting the line with health and sanity.
Yeah, I just like the bonus to
test. I've had worse. Could be good. Yeah,
and I think let me see how this works.
Could replace this with I've had worse.
Yeah, so see, I can get the Sour Mash out, use 2 charges for skill tests.
Yeah,
and it doesn't discard, so then I could sell it with Joey. and then keep recurring it.
Yeah, like Nightwish or something. Yeah.
Oh, Nightwish.
Nightwish or God, those other like. I'm trying to think of some of those other like dark metal bands that use like symphony orchestras and stuff.
Yeah, for some reason I can't think of one.
Yeah, I know. There's like a bunch too.
Yeah.
I'm trying to harken back to my high school goth days.
Rhapsody of Fire.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Symphony X. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was just recently listening to Dream Theater's newest album.
Oh, is it good? I haven't heard it yet.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. They've been kind of, I don't know. They had that weird one that was like it was a concept album, like a rock opera type thing. And so I actually saw them live and they performed the entire thing beginning to end. But they didn't play any of like their other songs. They only played that album. Even they didn't do an encore for like Metropolis, you know, at least play Metropolis. They have to play Metropolis.
You talking about Metropolis Part 2, the concept album, or are you talking about one of their other concept albums?
No, they did, because Metropolis Part 2 was a shorter. This was like a full-on rock opera.
Yeah, Scenes from a Memory is Metropolis Part 2, and that's like the whole album.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I'm thinking Change of Seasons. Yeah, Metropolis Part 2 was a full album. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a good one, actually. That was really good. There's that one part that tempo change is ridiculous. But
yeah.
No, this was called shoot, I can't remember what it was called, but it was like a story about a king, and I don't know. And they were gonna make a video game out of it, and it never happened.
Huh.
And it was okay. It was like none of the songs really stood out to me.
Yeah, because Mike left the band, oh god, a while ago, right?
Yeah, now it's been like 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
He played with
yeah, who do they even have as a drummer now? I don't even remember.
They had the guy from Mr. Big, who is good, but he ain't no Mike Portnoy, that's for sure.
Yeah, plus like Mike was the whole reason the band was a thing to begin with. So it kind of, you know, like when stuff like that happens to bands, it always kind of feels like a, you know, part of their soul leaves with that member too, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's weird because I agree that Mike Portnoy was the band.
And he wrote a lot of the song's lyrics, you know, like he wrote that whole anthology about his like struggle with alcoholism over the course of like 6 albums.
Yeah. So that's, and I think he left just because he wanted to take a break. I read an article. He wanted to take a break from touring, but the rest of the band didn't.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to just keep making albums and touring, making albums, and he just wanted a break, and they didn't want to, so he's like, then I can't be in the band.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Yeah. But then he like immediately goes and plays with what's that band that plays that popular song Backcountry?
Oh, Avenged Sevenfold?
Yeah, he played with Avenged Sevenfold for a bit.
Gross.
Yeah, isn't that weird? It's fucking weird. Mike Portnoy. But Mike Portnoy always has had weird musical taste. Because I went to see them in Florida in this tiny club.
Mm-hmm.
And we hung out like outside the tour bus until they came out, and I got to talk to a few of them. And we asked Mike Portnoy about some of his influences, and he actually said Marilyn Manson, that he liked Marilyn Manson.
Oh yeah, I believe that.
And it's like, we were shocked because this was in like maybe the early 2000s, and when Marilyn Manson was like, you know, really popular, and we were like, what the hell, like Marilyn Manson, Dream Theater? You know, like it's just such different, I don't know, but I guess influences come from so many places.
Yeah, you're expecting him to say like Rush and
exactly.
and stuff like that. Yeah.
And he said, and when he said that, we were all like shocked, you know. So I guess it makes sense he went to go play with Avenged Sevenfold for a bit. Yeah,
I guess. And I think they're on similar record labels, right? If I remember correctly, I think Roadrunner like pretty much handles most of those bands. So maybe part of it was just like he was contractually obligated to from the record label.
Could be. could be.
Yeah. I remember, yeah, I've seen Dream Theater live a couple of times, but this was back when Systematic Chaos was the most recent album that they'd come out with, so like, over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And I remember like listening to that album and be like, man, this album is way weirder than the stuff that they've used to put out.
Yeah.
I feel like more of their music is now leaning in that direction than their more conceptual stuff.
Well, it's because they're so like 20 years ago they did the Liquid Tension experiment, and it was just Dream Theater with Jordan Rudess as a keyboard player, and I forget the bass player name. But it was like then Jordan Rudess joined Dream Theater, and he was really into the improvising and just kind of like winging it type of thing, instead of like before Jordan Rudess joined the band, they used to sit down and work out mathematically like the different the measures, like counting out the measures mathematically to make things fit. But Jordan Rudess was more of a jam band type of guy. I mean, he's a fantastic keyboard player, but
the dude's a fucking prodigy.
He really is, but he likes because Liquid Tension was just like coming up with really complex songs but improvised, which is insane to even think about, and they really liked jamming. So then their songwriting started to change because of his influence in the band. When he joined the band, they started doing a lot more of their writing through jams and stuff.
Yeah. Because he joined the band like right around when they started writing Metropolis Part 2, I think. Like I think that was the first full album he was a part of. So
yeah, because Change of Seasons, and then what's the one with the where the picture's like the reflection of
oh god, I can't.
Shore. It's Polly Shore, like in a lake.
Yeah. Images and Words?
Images and Words. No, not Images and Words. That was before that.
Is it? Hold on, I gotta look this up now. Don't bother me.
Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, so right after that album, they were working on, you're right, it was Metropolis Part 2 right after that, because it was Change of Seasons, and then
oh Jesus, they've put a bunch of fucking albums out.
I know, there's some I haven't even heard yet that probably came out years ago.
They have a Metallica cover album, that's cool. From a concert they did in Barcelona. That's pretty interesting.
Oh, the one I saw live was The Astonishing. That's the concept album I was talking about.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't listened to a bunch of these albums.
Yeah, it's okay. The Astonishing, it's like, Jesus. I don't care for it. Like the lyrics are like just story. Like it's like a rock opera, you know.
Breaking the Fourth Wall. It was back when they played at Boston Opera House. Look at that. I saw them in Boston twice.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I mean, it's the only place to really go to concerts in the area. It's either that or Manchester.
Falling into Infinity. That's the one. So after Falling into Infinity.
Gotcha.
So it was Change Seasons and Falling into Infinity, and then it was, you're right, yes. Metropolis Part 2. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Falling into Infinity. That's an album I haven't listened to in a long time.
I like that. I like the direction they were going in that album, because that was like, they were more in like groovy, you know?
Yeah, like Hollow Years is a very groove kind of slow song. Yeah,
that whole album was more like classic rock influenced. And then after that, then
they go into the fucking deep end.
They went a way different direction than I expected them to, based on that album.
Dude, Metropolis Part 2 has to be one of the best albums of all time. Best rock albums of all time. It's so good.
Yeah.
Easily one of the best albums of the 90s, for sure.
I agree with you.
So, alright, yeah, this has put me on a Dream Theater binge for the rest of the day.
Yeah, now I'm gonna like listen to Metropolis Part 1 and 2.
Yep.
Spend an hour just listening to 2 songs.
I know, like, I remember growing up, like, when I was 15, 16 years old, like, my cousin had just shown me, like, those albums, like, Metropolis Part 2, 6 Degrees, and Train of Thought, and I was like, oh my god, these albums are so good. And then that, like, spiraled me into my musical taste.
Yeah, it's definitely a gateway.
Yes.
Dream Theaters, for sure. All right, man. Well, we'll do it next week. We will go to the Heart of Darkness.
Sound.
Heart of Madness.
It's like the Heart of Darkness, but maddening. All right.
Yeah.
Well, until next week, I will remember to add my second discipline. I guess it's going to be the one that heals horror, so more willpower.
Nice. Yeah, that's probably important. We've been taking in a lot of horror for sure.
Yeah.
Manson. So Marilyn Manson. Manson saw Marilyn Manson in.
Oh, nice.
Manson saw Marilyn Manson. That's probably a good show. Like, I don't necessarily care for the music, but I bet their stage shows are like very. Because I know that he puts on like a really crazy stage show.
Yeah. Marilyn Manson's really hit or miss for me. I like some of his songs, and then others I'm just like, eh. Really take it or leave it sometimes with Marilyn Manson personally, but
I only like one song, and it's the Dope Show. That's it.
Rabble, rabble, bitch, etc., etc. No, that's a different show. Anyway. All right. Until next week, I gotta run and do some schoolwork. Yeah. So,
all right, guys. Thanks for hanging out, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.